Silwalt here, back for a Transformers review. Going to be reviewing Warbotron's pencil sharpener, hammer sharpener, Nosecone. Now, Nosecone, following the IDW storylines, goes with Afterburner down on... Fuck the storyline, what the hell happened? I mean, the storyline for Afterburner is pretty much identical to Afterburner. Sorry, the storyline for Nosecone is pretty much identical to Afterburner. Gets torn apart by the sweeps, gets eaten by his teeth, Jaws, death, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. What happened? How is this Nosecone? Now, I know that I ham what? That's an Irish advert, never mind. I know that I am a Warbotron fanboy, and I have been praising Warbotron from day one pretty much. I've had no quality control issues with them. They've always had fantastic toys and never a problem. What happened? Warbotron has become quite well known for its very accurate Generation 1 models. This is nothing like Generation 1 models. This is a Tonka toy. Okay, I know with their onslaughts, they took some liberties with the robot design. Fair enough, I can live with that. It's still blatantly onslaught. This is nothing like Nosecone. Absolutely nothing like him. It's not even the right colours. I remember when we first started seeing pictures of this on social media like Facebook and the forums and that, and it showed the grey resin cast of this toy, and this bit was like this. It was transformed like this, or it was transformed like that, or something like that, and it was like, and everyone's like, "What's with the drill bit? What's with the drill bit?" And I'm like, "No, you know, that's blatantly a mistransformation, or." You know, or it's not a final production piece, it won't look like this. Well, I was bleeding wrong, because it does look like this. It's like... I'm going to echo Bobby Skullface's video. It's like they designed this half-track thing, and then plonk the drill on the end, because they're like, oh, hang on, it's supposed to have a drill. This is Nosecone, he's supposed to have a drill. I mean... You take a test shot of the Generation 1 toy, even the animation model. This is nothing like the G1 toy. I mean, their blast off is blatantly blast off. Their vortex is blatantly vortex. Their swindle is blatantly swindle. Their afterburner is blatantly afterburner. They have always gone very, very close to the toy comic source materials. Thing, I don't know what they've done. Do I dislike it? No, I don't dislike it. It has its flaws, which I'll get to, but I don't dislike it. It's just I don't know where they went with this. You couldn't put that in front of somebody and say, who is this? And they'd know who you're talking. Yeah, I know this is loose. It's loose deliberately. Don't worry about it. I've deliberately left it off because it's quite a stiff catch, but I'll get to that in the transformation. You couldn't put this down and say, this is, I mean, if you took that bit away, there is nothing that says this is Nosecone at all whatsoever. I don't know where they went with it. But, okay, onto the vehicle mode. Because I've done about 5 minutes now of going, well, it's a solid piece. The guns are just on 5mm pegs, and they do this, and they lower down to hit him in the back of the drill. You take the guns off, and you can also lift these up, so he's got some kind of like mortar missile launcher thing. It's a good job they're on a hinge, because, well, they don't point anywhere other than that. No moving parts, not that that's a problem. This drill thing that just happens to be here, it can open up as part of its transformation to maybe be some form of dune sand monster, Laser drill, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know. Stop that. About it. A note on the dry brushing. Bobby Skullface has already mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it as well because I also noticed that these parts here have been dry brushed. Mine looks like he'd done about 40 of these so far in the last hour and had stopped giving a shit. But it's nice. Now, the problem I have with the dry brushing is that it looks a bit out of place. You've gone for this hand-painted dry brushing technique, but only on the tracks. It's not on the rest of the toy at all, which to me seems a little odd. I think the dry brushing itself is a nice touch, it's just a bit out of place. There we go. Transforming it, it has quite a simplistic transformation, it has to be said. Nothing wrong with that one at all, as we all remember from my Quantron video in regards to Make Toys. And there, Nosecone. The less said about that, the better. This is a happier review. We'll be happy about it. Anyway, transforming it. I haven't done it in a couple of days and now completely forgot how it works. Oh yeah, that's it. No, it's not. Yes, it is. There we go. Yes, so we'll start at the legs. The reason I had these loose is because the legs have a Cyclonus 2.0 Classics Chug style in that they pull apart, they snap down, and they clip into place very neatly and securely, and then you just pull the legs apart. That's what she said. And twist the feet so that... What am I doing here? I haven't snapped that into place properly. There we go. Up. Yep, and then they just clip into place. And, you know, you pull down the foot for pivot, twist the front. Very tight. That's what she said. Or is that what I would say? So the feet are flat, or however you want them to be. And there we go. That's it for that part. Now, next bit is we'll take the drill apart. Lift up the drill. There's no particular set way of doing this. It really does just depend on how you want to do it. Pull the end off the drill. Close it shut, and then you've got this bit here. Just unfold that. Have his, I'm guessing it's his hammer sharpener. Hammer sharpener, what a name, hammer sharpener. I mean, I know that they're supposed to be, you know, I think at this point the names are designed to be intentionally bad, so you deliberately call them Nosecone. I mean, hammer sharpener. There's hammer. The back fold flips out, and then you can just fold down. Can you? Have I done something wrong? Excuse my phone. Nope, that's right. Yes, unfold the hands. The waist just flips in. Well, it doesn't even clip in, it's just friction. Now the arms, unpeg the back treads first, because if you don't, you might break the tab and you don't want that. The arms they really fold out. A little bit of finicky to get them into alt mode, but not as much as, say, Audin's Ripper Snapper. The arms, the hands, sorry, lift up the front bit as if it's just any other kind of folding wrist joint. Push in this bit here, and they just slide forward. And just repeat the process on the other side. Repeat the process on the other side. Maybe I should have untabbed these as well before I transformed it. Reliable pen. I only have to do it because I've got no fingernails. I've bitten them since I was a very young age. Not that I haven't literally not got fingernails. Whichever way you want to do it, slide the arms out, pop the wrist thing back in, and then just unfold the elbow. just folds out the chest, same as they do on so many toys. It is quite stiff, so you just have to... Why not? That's what she said. It just unfolds, and the back piece just sticks into place at the back. You've got job done, pretty much. Where you want to put this drill port, which really does feel like an after effect, you peg it in there, and then you can have it upright, pointing backwards, pointing over his head, stationary. Fold it. Can you fold it down? No, you can't. So, however you want to have it is entirely up to you. I can't remember which way the instructions said it has to be officially. And there we go. Very nice head sculpt. I will say that. Very, very nice head sculpt. It's got the orange light piping, which of course is blocked by the drill, unless you... like that. It really doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. Now then, onto the articulation. Head, obviously, rotates, full 360, some up, some down, not a lot. Shoulders, on quite nice ratchet joints. Now the shoulders, you can have at two separate lengths. You can have them like this, or you can do, as I prefer, just push them upright. I don't even think they're on a proper clasp, they just seem to have a little bit of friction grip going into the main, so they go like that. It's really phallic. Well, that's just probably the way my mind works. Penises and everything. People wonder about my sexuality. Anyway. Yeah, no bicep swivel. This one surprised me, and I actually had to go back to the instructions on several occasions to see if I can figure out why is there no bicep swivel, or what had I not done in order to get the bicep swivel. Nope, no bicep swivel. That is a strange one in regards to me. Wrist swivel though, there is a wrist swivel, and that's it for the arms. Waist, Bobby, you are not the only one. My waist only goes one way as well. What that's about, I have absolutely no idea, but my waist only goes the one way as well. I forgot to do something. Twist the waist the whole way around to put his feet out the right way. Hips at the joint, thigh swivel, knee swivel, and pivot. So your bog standard articulation there. Now, why he has no bicep swivel, I honestly don't know. Why they didn't do anything with these tracks, I don't know. But then I suppose in some regards there's not really an awful lot they can do with the tracks, and it's one of the things that's actually put me off buying Bad Cube a little bit, is I don't like the way the tracks are. There is another little hidden set of guns underneath in these underneath the caterpillar tracks. And you pull down that little bit, and then you need to get something in there to jimmy it through. Where is my plastic glue? Because that's what I was using to put it through. I'll try it with headphones, because obviously I put the plastic glues away the last time. Yeah, you got to jimmy something into there in order to push. Where of course I can't do it with these. Should have got the plastic glue out before I started recording. There we go. In order to unfold these underslung gun launchers. But to be completely honest, with all the fiddling and faffing you have to do to get it out, it's really not that impressive anyway. That's what she said. But not to me. No, she never said that to me. No. Yeah, they're really not. I have to say, Make Toys with their underslung handgun launchers, they did a kind of a better job. I don't know why they put these in. Maybe it's just kind of like a little Easter egg. So, yeah, really not worth it in the time it takes and the hassle you've got to do with all the fiddle you've got to do to get it out. Nice little touch, but I can't imagine most people are going to display him with those little guns out when he comes with these kind of guns. Looks like me, they don't need to overcompensate. Anyway, sexual innuendos aside, hang on, when did I agree to that? He holds his guns quite easily, 5mm peg standard, well, roughly 5mm grip standard. He also holds his hammer, oops, don't do that. What have I done? It's not clipped in properly, there we go. He also holds his hammer quite nicely. Now, if you want to get a bit of a twisting pose, it can be done. You just have to angle the arm in a weird way and angle the hand in a weird way and just twist the head to give you some direction of movement. It can be done that he has some to make up for the lack of the bicep swivel. I'm actually, in some regards, in two minds on this toy. I like it more than I like Onslaught, which I have said across social media I do think is not that nice at all. I like him more than I like Onslaught, and I can live without the bicep swivel. It's not a huge problem for me. My biggest thing about this is this thing. The drill bit. It really, really does feel like an after part or an afterthought that's just said, right, we've got this flatbed looking thing, now stick this on top of it, and it's just a little bit what do we do with it? I don't know why they have gone for the design they've gone for. It is a huge deviation from the G1 design, especially when we've seen we've seen all of the Warbotron Technobots at this point. We've got 3 of them out now. Nosecone is on its way to me. Not Nosecone, sorry. Lightspeed is on its way to me. Now, I've seen from that model they haven't gone for the Fat Fryer Top toy, but I'll have a look at that when he gets to me. Lightspeed is my favourite Technobot, so I'm really looking forward to him. Strafe I've seen looks very, very nice, and I do like their scattershot interpretation as well, but I'll see that when they all come together. So why they deviated so far with this guy in regards to his alt mode, I don't know. Similarly, these 4 knives that come with it, again, nice touch, but I don't quite know what they were going for with it, unless it's just to give him some knives. I don't know. I like the toy. And you know, you're buying it for the sum of his parts. Actually a line from Bobby Skullface's review. Now I'm ripping off other reviewers' material. Oh boy. But, okay, I'll rephrase. As Bobby Skullface said, you're buying him for the sum of his parts, and I very much agree with him. You're buying him to put him into the awesomeness that is Computron, or Warbotrons, whatever these guys are called. Because to my understanding, their Bruticus was what was known as Warbotron. So, there we go. Anyway, yeah, I do like him. He does look very nice next to Afterburner. Can't wait to get Lightspeed. And then I'd say, like what we had with the last 2 parts to Bruticus, we're going to have a bit of a wait for the next 2, which is going to suit my wallet nicely. Because I, at the moment, can't afford if they bring out the next 2 parts. And you know what it's like when these third-party companies, they do the initial release, then the prices for them skyrocket once all the pre-orders are done. So, and I still haven't paid for the next 2 parts to Abominus. So, there's not an awful lot more that I can say on him. He does have his flaws, but aesthetically he does look very nice, I will agree. I will concur that he does look very nice. I do like him. I can look past the lack of a bicep swivel, and seeing as I mostly display my my Transformers in robot mode anyway, I can live without the alt mode. Very good quality toy, very durable, especially seeing as how ham-fisted I can be. One of the reasons why I haven't bought Apollyon, because everyone remembers my last encounter with a Masterpiece Megatron. Very durable toy, simple transformation, doesn't bother me in the slightest. Overall looking very, very nice. I can't fault the design of it. I can only just wonder really why they went for the look that they went for. It has to be said, you know, we are kind of spoilt in the third-party market, in that those of us who buy third-party and collect third party, we tend to be very nitpicky, and I think that's because we are forking out $100 for a toy. So again, my nitpicky is the alt mode. I don't quite understand where they were going with it. It doesn't quite make sense to me. But then in saying that, I still bought the bloody toy. So Nosecone was always my second favourite of the Technobots. My Technobots were just my favourite combiner group anyway, outside of the aerial bots, so... Well, no, even that, I'd still say that Computron was one of my... And Computron, of course, was one of my first reviews on YouTube as well. So, really looking forward to completing these. Though, more than likely is going to be a while. Nothing else really I can add on this one. Quick plug, if you haven't checked it out, check out Bobby Skullface's stuff. He's very good, actually. I really liked him. I did like his shouting into the wind about the dry brushing bit, but there we go. But for now, this is Silverbolt with Warbotrons. I'm not even going to dignify calling him Sharpener. Nosecone signing off, saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen.